And Raf, Republicans and Democrats on Capitol Hill pointing their fingers at each other. But who are everyday Americans blaming with regards to this?
Yeah, and Del, when it comes to those SNAP benefits, we did get a ruling from that judge saying that the administration does need to use those contingency funds to fund it, but giving them a Monday deadline to essentially say, how are you going to do this? And if it is, in fact, not sufficient to fully fund it, then maybe there is a partial funding. So perhaps some relief for those 42 million Americans who are reliant on SNAP funds, because you're right that we are reaching a real turning point potentially in this shutdown battle, because people are starting to feel it in a way that they did not when you began earlier this month. And you can see it in the polling here. This was Ipsos in the Washington Post and ABC News asking the percentage of Americans who were, quote, very concerned about the shutdown. And you can see here on the screen, I want to talk about this, Del, and this really gets to the heart of that question, is who is to blame?
Yeah.
And what we've seen earlier in the shutdown is sort of a mix between Democrats, Republicans, whatever side is the opposite of the aisle that you're on, that's where the finger was pointing. But now you're seeing a little bit more of a coalition of finger pointing at Trump and Republicans. And so perhaps it has to do with the SNAP benefits. Perhaps it has to do with health care costs going up. But this is the number that is so important right now, and why we might see a little bit of a shift in the coming weeks. And that is the concern over the shutdown is much more real and much more felt than it was at the beginning of the month. That's October 1st compared to now. 43% now are very concerned, up from 25%. And it's not just one reason, it is a number, including airports, which we've seen some real travel snarls in Orlando. We've had some colleagues going through DCA, and that is only going to exponentially get worse as we lead up to the busy travel season.
I had a senator yesterday on the air saying that his flight was delayed because of the shutdown, and he was blaming Democrats, but people who are traveling are just looking at Washington, not the R, not the D, looking at Washington and saying, you are to blame.